I always really look forward to the times that I get to say this, but what's going on, guys? It's Rage, and welcome back to some Modern Warfare Remastered. So first thing, I wanted to apologize for my voice right now. I'm still a little bit sick, and I'm still getting my voice back, so please bear with me on that. So here for today's video, I wanted to jump back on some Modern Warfare Remastered as we're all getting ready for the H2M mod that's going to be dropping this Friday, August 16th, which again, you are going to need to own Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam to play the MW2 mod. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need to own Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam, which also now is a really good time to pick it up because as of right now, up until August 14th, the game is on sale for half off. Now again, with all of this being said though, and needing to own MWR on Steam for the H2M mod that's going to be dropping later this week, I wanted to go ahead and run through some quick setup stuff that will coincide with H2M. Because the game is going to be running off of your Steam MWR installation, I wanted to go ahead and again explain a couple of things for you guys so you all can get ready for it. A lot of the very common problems with this game are the out of memory error that you'll probably get for the first time when you try to launch this game, and the shader cache issue. If you are someone that has never played MWR on PC before, what I would recommend you do is once you get the game bought, you're going to have Modern Warfare Remastered 2017, this is just the campaign Rxqe, and then you'll have Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer. These will both be in your Steam library. I would highly recommend installing the full game, campaign included, and for the very first time that you go to launch the game, launch the campaign first. If you go to launch the campaign first and then you get that out of memory error, I'm going to show you how to fix it right now. Here in my Discord, I just created the H2M MWR channel, and you're going to scroll right here to the configs.zip. You're going to go ahead and download this, because essentially what you're going to do is when you extract the zip file to get these two configs, you're going to click and drag these two into your Players 2 folder. The easiest way to locate your Players 2 folder is right click on MWR here on Steam, go to Manage, and Browse Local Files. It takes you right here to the root of your MWR folder. Go ahead, open your Players 2, and again, just simply drag and drop over. Now, I'm not going to do it because my configs are already sorted, but that's all you have to do. Just replace them. That's it. Ideally, that should fix the Players 2 issue, and then you're going to be able to launch the game. But the next thing you're going to run into is the caching shaders. The very first time you launch the game, it's going to ask you if you want to cache your shaders. Here's the thing. You are going to want to disable that. If you are on an RTX NVIDIA card or any NVIDIA card that is newer than a GTX 1660, you are going to want to disable your shader cache. If you are on an AMD graphics card, you'll more than likely be able to cache your shaders. They are supposed to work on AMD cards, but if it still freezes and bugs out, just disable it anyway. The way that you do it for the campaign is click on your options, your settings, click over to the advanced video options, and then disable the shader preload. Over here on the multiplayer side of things, you're going to go to your options, graphics, video, and then turn off your cache shaders. I'll again have a whole tutorial ready to go for H2M when the time comes, but you want to do this now before you launch H2M, because again, H2M is going to be running off of MWR. It's ideal that you get it set up and make sure that your computer is working with MWR before you launch the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered mod. Might just make the whole process a million times easier for you. So those are the main two technicality issues that I wanted to go ahead and cover and show for you guys. I'll again have that all in the H2M tutorial that I'll upload later this week. But here for the time being, now that we're still playing on Steam, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how to properly use the FPS Unlocker. Because Modern Warfare Remastered is capped at 91 FPS, I have an FPS Unlocker, and I'm going to show you how to use it right now. So here at the main menu, what you are going to do is you are going to go ahead and queue up for a game. Now, because there's actually people playing this game, I would recommend that you go ahead and queue into a playlist that you know no one's going to be playing. For example, no one's playing Sabotage, so we'll queue up for a Sabotage game. Again, I have the Rxqe right here in the H2M channel for you guys, so what you're going to do, again, what you're going to go ahead and do is be sure you're queued up for a game first, then tab out, open up the FPS Unlocker as you guys can see, type 0.9 in both of these safe area boxes, just so you have the proper safe area on, and also just so you know that it's actually running. Once you tab back into the game, go ahead, back out of the queue, and then go ahead and queue up for Team Deathmatch, and then boom bam, look at that, your FPS unlocks. It's a beautiful feeling being able to queue up for an MWR lobby and like instantly get into one right away. I love it. Currently, I'm playing in windowed full screen mode, and usually if you're playing in full screen, it's not really recommended that you have sync every frame on or VSync, but in the case of MWR, it doesn't hurt you because it'll just match your monitor's refresh rate anyway, because if you have the uncapped frame rate, you'll get like 500 frames, which isn't really a necessity. Again, on a lot of Call of Duty games, the max frame rate you really need is like 250, maybe 333 if you're strafe jumping on COD 4. Again, 250 FPS is more than enough for Call of Duty, and if everything works on the first try, this is how it should look. Now again, to enable your in-game FPS counter so you can see it, again, just hit Shift Tab to go ahead and open up the overlay, click the little settings cog down here, click in-game FPS counter, and then you can set the high contrast on so it has the green highlighter effect to it, and then you're good. So now, again, we can actually sit here and play and enjoy Modern Warfare Remastered, and it has been such a wonderful time playing this game as of late. You guys know how much I love this game. If you've been around on the channel for any point in time, you guys know how much I adore COD 4. It truly does make me so happy that so many people have gotten back on this game, and I know that a vast majority of people are doing it for the H2M mod, but still, just the fact that we're able to play some MWR, get some ground war lobbies going, has been so much fun. It's also kind of funny and kind of jarring because, like, literally every lobby you get into, no one is prestiged. I'm like the only 10th prestige on the game. My weird, preposterous boast of actually having exclusion zone legitimately on PC. For what it's worth, though, again, I'm just glad that people are on and playing it, and we're just getting a little bit of time to play it again before the mod comes out. Yeah, that wasn't the most riveting TDM pipeline game I've ever played. I just realized I forgot to bring this up here with the config. So with the config here in MWR, a lot of the dvar commands are all encrypted here. There are certain tools out there that do decrypt what each of these commands are, but what I've heard that you can do is if you scroll down to the bottom of your config, you can actually type in certain commands. Things like, for example, if you want to turn your chat off because it doesn't give you the option in the actual settings, you can sit here and add in the custom command itself just like that. There are times that when you go to try to launch the FPS Unlocker, it won't allow you to connect to a game. It'll say like game session timed out. You'll have to restart your game. Just restart your game and then go through the whole process of opening the FPS Unlocker, and then it should work. However, what might end up happening, sometimes what ends up happening is the refresh rate will bug out. So you'll have to reset it to 60 and then reset it back to, again, 170, 144, whatever you have. Now again, if you type SATA r_fullscreen1, that should fix the refresh rate issue. So again, once you go ahead and add all the custom commands that you want here to the bottom of the config, go up here to File, Save As, and then be sure you switch to all files, and then overwrite your config just like that. Do that while the game is closed. Like, do that before you launch the game and see if it works for you. So now, one of the other main things that I wanted to talk about here for this video today is, again, needing to own Modern Warfare Remastered and how it relates to the whole H2M project. I've seen a lot of questions and comments, mostly concerns about whether Activision is going to send out a cease and desist order for the MW2 Remastered project, kind of similarly to how we saw them for X Labs and SM2 last year. Now, the thing is that I'm obviously not Activision's lawyer. I'm not someone who works with SM2 or X Labs. I'm not a lawyer or a representative for anyone here. I'm not a legal representative here. I don't know what was in the cease and desist letters or anything like that. But to my understanding, one of the biggest problems with X Labs at the time was the fact that they were providing torrents. They were providing torrents for Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Ghosts, and Advanced Warfare. And I think more so on the monetary side of things when it comes to a game like Advanced Warfare, where there's two people using Juggernaut in this lobby. I'm out. One of the gray areas when it comes to having unlock all on a lot of these projects is because you get access to the whole DLC content, the supply drop content. It's kind of getting into that gray area, like, yeah, you're getting these things for free that you technically would have needed to pay for due to the supply drop model at the time. Now, a very common confusion that I see with SM2 a lot is it got shut down because it went to the MWR H1 engine, but that's not the problem. My understanding of it is that while SM2 was being worked on the IW4 Modern Warfare 2 engine, was that SM2 was very adamant in saying that you needed to own Steam Modern Warfare 2 to play SM2. However, when they switched over to the H1 engine, they did not specifically state that you were going to need to own Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam. So with that being said, it was about 2 or so weeks after they made the switch, and then the cease and desist came through. Partially in ties to the fact that you would essentially be pirating Modern Warfare Remastered to get access to SM2. Now, there also is the whole argument of intellectual property, and of course, that might always be a thing when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. A huge part of the whole SM2 thing, and now with the current Modern Warfare 3, the new MW3, it's like, maybe that's why these whole things of like any MW2 remaster, any rumor of an official MW2 remaster was probably kind of nipped in the bud because they were doing it for MW3, or again with SM2 and maybe previous MW2 remastered projects that they were planning on doing it for MW3. The whole intellectual property thing is always going to be a thing, but again, the biggest thing to take away is the fact of piracy. The fact that you would have been getting these games for free on these clients, but now it's different with H2M in that you actually have to own it on Steam. You have to pay Activision to play the client, essentially. You are giving the Call of Duty developers, you are giving Activision their money that they they deserve for the product in order to play the H2M mod. So from that point of view, it seems like there's not really a grounds to do that on. Maybe again, besides the whole intellectual property argument, which of course, that we can debate forever and ever and ever, but also at the same time though, you could look at a game like Black Ops 3 on PC, where Black Ops 3 has mod tools and people have been importing all sorts of things from all Call of Duties into Black Ops 3. We've seen countless different mods on Black Ops 3 that have all sorts of things from all Call of Duties. As a matter of fact, like the original MW2 Remastered project that Gun of Truth Andy was working on all those years ago, he was remaking Modern Warfare 2 Remastered in Black Ops 3, and you would have had to own Black Ops 3 on Steam at the time for that. So in short, I don't think there's going to be a cease and desist for it, at least as of right now, or at least on the grounds of piracy, because you need to own the game. We are getting absolutely slaughtered in this game right now. And again, on the fact that Modern Warfare Remastered has now hit a peak player count of 1,100 players for the first time in 7.5 years, Activision and Call of Duty are making a profit on it. I think at this rate, they would be losing out on a profit if they sent out the cease and desist on those grounds. Let's just say, for example, that every single one of the 1,100 players that got on Modern Warfare Remastered yesterday were all brand new players. They all spent the $20. I was never that good at math, but what's 20 times 1,100? What, like 22,000? So again, Activision and Call of Duty are making their profits for their game that you have to own. Said it countless times already, of course, there is the argument of intellectual property. As a counter argument, you could look at things again like Black Ops 3 and World at War, other games that have mod tools on them where people put things from other Call of Duties into those games. What I'm saying though is that I don't think a cease and desist is going to happen on the same grounds that we have seen them for SM2 and X Labs in the past. At least on the grounds that we can assume on the fact that it had a lot to do with the piracy aspect of everything. And that's why, again, I feel like it's been such a huge point to mention that you need to own MWR on Steam for this client to work, because we really don't want to see this kind of problem happen again. I would like to assume that not any one of us would like to have another SM2 situation happen to H2M. Now, of course, as well, Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is like Call of Duty's boogeyman at this rate. It's like the break glass in case of emergency, or again, there's just countless rumors out there to what actually happened with the real MW2 Remastered. Regardless of what your personal opinion might be of the original Modern Warfare 2, there is no denying how popular that game is and how much of a want, how much of a demand there is for that real MW2 Remastered, even all these years later. Not just 6 years later from the original 2018 rumors, but even 4.5 years later at this point in time since they released the campaign remaster. Absolutely no denying whatsoever how popular of a topic this is. How popular of a topic, how popular of a game it will be. That was almost a triple. That actually could have been a quad, almost. Actually, I take that back. There's another Juggernaut user. Airstrike standing by. Yeah, I'm sure Juggernaut really helped you out there. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the whole Activision cease and desist thing. As of right now, it would be more of a disservice. They would be losing out on profit because of it. There is always the argument to be made of, again, the intellectual property. Like, of course, they could do it for that reason. Will they, though? I really don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But again, this time around, you have to own the game. You have to pay them their money. So maybe, hopefully, assumingly so, everything should be okay. But again, we'll just see how it all goes. Again, Modern Warfare Remastered is still on sale on Steam for half off right now. Go ahead, buy it, pick it up, get everything ready to go for H2M. Also, one other thing that I wanted to mention, I'll go ahead and leave it down in the description below. I made a whole Google Doc of MWR FAQs to answer, and it is all there for you guys. Everything that I talked about at the start of the video, how to use the FPS Unlocker on this, it's all there for you, ready to go. So with that all being said though, that's gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Just wanted to sit down, talk about all the H2M stuff, kind of go over that stuff for you guys. It was more of an informative video for sure, but now you guys should all be good to go, should all be set up for MWR. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. It's Enrage, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.